New details on the big investigation into Eversource's response after Tropical Storm Isaias and what it could mean for Eversource customers.
All right, I'm tracking some rain and snow showers on their way out now. Also tracking a coastal storm that will impact part of our week and the timing, when it starts, how long it lasts, and of course, how much snow to expect in the early warning forecast.
UConn Athletics making changes to its fan policy. What you need to know about upcoming home games. And developments that could bring a third vaccine into the mix here in America. Eyewitness News at noon starts in just 60 seconds. Join us.
Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
New at noon, Attorney General William Tong is calling for penalties against Eversource over its handling of Tropical Storm Isaias. He says an investigation by his office found that the company failed its customers. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Mike Savino is joining us live now from the digital desk with the new details. And Mike, what kind of penalties are we talking about?
Well, Tong is open to various options, but he says basically he just wants money to go back to ratepayers to first off cover any expenses for lost food and medicine due to those extended power outages. But also he says Eversource got $24 million from ratepayers to upgrade its communications systems, but yet those systems failed them throughout the storm recovery. Now, the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority continues its contested case. This is a trial-like proceeding to review how both Eversource and United Illuminating handled Isaias. Tong asked for this after ratepayers had to wait as long as a week to get their power back in August. Well, Tong says that his investigation found a few things. First, that Eversource was not prepared for the storm, that they didn't have enough crews lined up before it got here. Then he also found that communication system failed, making it difficult for Eversource workers to talk even with their own colleagues. And certainly we heard a lot of complaints from public officials about this as well. Now, Tong says more should be expected from a company overseeing our electrical grid.
So if I told you, you are going to sell a product that everybody needs and that you are going to have a monopoly on that product, and that I was going to guarantee you were going to make money, you would take that deal all day long. The exchange for that is that they're there for us.
Now, we reached out to Eversource this morning. We are still waiting for a response from them. Tong is also still reviewing United Illuminating's response to the storm as well. He says that they did have problems, but Eversource's failures were just so much bigger. Live from the digital desk, Mike Savino, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, thank you, Mike. We'll definitely wait for those responses and check out the snow now that's coming down, or was coming down in Torrington this morning. Depending on where you live, you might have actually seen some snow falling. Meteorologist Mark Dixon has a look at the weather right now and what we can expect for the rest of your Friday. Mark?
Hey, Carrie, yeah, the precipitation currently is in the process of winding down, so some good news there. We're still tracking a few flakes near the Massachusetts border on early warning pinpoint Doppler. Up near, say, Stafford and Union, they're near 84. But as we look at the statewide perspective, as you head farther south, it's all rain, and basically any of that rain has now made its way to the east of 91 and will continue moving toward Rhode Island and out of Connecticut over the next hour or two. So all part of the storm system, again, that's going to be soon clearing Connecticut. So we'll be dry for the evening commute, and by then as well, some breaks in the clouds can be expected with clearing getting underway from west to east. So let's go ahead and jump right into Sunday, because tomorrow is going to be a dry, bright, seasonable day with temps in the mid-30s. Here's a look at Sunday morning. We're already clouding up as a coastal storm develops to our south. Precipitation starts a little bit after daybreak. By 10 o'clock, likely seeing flakes flying all across Connecticut as we head through the afternoon, kind of continuing scattered in nature. This is going to be fairly quick hitting and not a major storm by any means, but one that will again have an impact on our Sunday as we head toward and after sunset. Any sort of steady snow winds down, becoming more scattered in nature. So certainly well done by the Monday morning commute. With regard to how much we're expecting, a good part of Connecticut 1 to 4 inches. Based on how this tracks, we could see some 4, 5, 6, perhaps 7-inch totals coming in from coastal and southeastern portions of our state. In the meantime, right now we've got mid and upper 30s, a little bit of a southerly breeze, making it feel at times a couple degrees chillier, but that southerly wind is actually going to help to boost temperatures this afternoon, early this afternoon, between 40 and 45. Then after sunset, we're settling back through the 30s. So we'll have much more on the storm for the weekend and, of course, the next 7 days in the early warning forecast.
All right, thanks, Mark. We have an update to a story from last weekend. Police have now identified the man who was found dead in a duck pond at Edgewood Park in New Haven. They say it's 18-year-old Brandon Jenkins. His family reported him missing back on December 20th. Investigators who had been looking for Jenkins at shelters and hospitals, and a passerby had called police reporting a body in the ice that was covering the pond on Saturday morning. It's not clear yet how he died. North to Hartford now, where police were called to Retreat Avenue early this morning for a person who was laying in the road. At first, investigators thought the person had been hit by a car. It was later discovered the victim had been shot. That victim was rushed into nearby Hartford Hospital and later pronounced dead. You can see the road was closed off. It has since reopened. It's not clear yet if any arrests have been made or the victim's name has not yet been released. And turning to the coronavirus now, UConn is now limiting the number of fans who can attend all sporting events until further notice. The athletic department has been limiting in-person attendance to friends and families of student athletes and coaches for men's and women's basketball home games. But now they are expecting this policy to include all games for all sports. Student athletes get 4 tickets per game. UConn says these rules will continue until it is safe to welcome the fans back. This Sunday morning at 8:30, we are tackling your vaccine questions in a special program called Get the Facts on the Vax. I'll be talking to Governor Ned Lamont and Acting Health Commissioner Dr. Deirdre Gifford, who will be answering your questions that you have sent to us about coronavirus vaccines. So please join us at 8:30 a.m. And in addition to our special on Sunday, our vaccine team is ready to answer your vaccine questions all next week. So submit them to the Channel 3 app, or you can call the number on your screen there every weekday from 6:30 till 7:30 p.m. We'll have doctors joining us on the Facebook Live to answer them. And the number right there is 860-244-1790. So lots of ways to get your questions answered. Here's a look at 3 stories we're working on for you right now for this afternoon on Eyewitness News at 4. Pothole problems are now popping up around the state. When you hit a bump, who should pay for those repairs? Our legal analyst, Eric Parker, is going to weigh in. Declaring pizza as the state food of Connecticut, some of our neighboring states are actually not on board with that. Super Bowl weekend is officially upon us. Channel 3's Joe Zone is looking at how the Buccaneers and the Chiefs stack up against each other.
We can't get any money right now.
Jaw-dropping damage in the Midwest after a 40-car pileup. The chaotic incident next. There could soon be a third COVID-19 vaccine available in the U.S. The progress Johnson & Johnson is making with its shots. And as we head off to break, I want to give you a look outside at a pretty gray Friday afternoon as you look live through our iCam over Middletown. There's the mighty Connecticut. You see a little ice out there. Meteorologist Mark Dixon is tracking a weekend storm. He's going to tell us what impact it could have on us.
We can't get to anybody right now. It's too dangerous for us to check on people.
You can hear that panic in the Iowa State Trooper's voice as he responded to a 40-car pileup. The whiteout conditions from a winter storm caused this pileup on Interstate 80 West yesterday afternoon. Incredibly, no one was killed, though officials say a few people are seriously hurt. You can see the jaw-dropping damage on the highway here. A total of 14 officers, 7 ambulances, and several tow trucks all responded to the pileup. It is not clear how long the highway was shut down. Johnson & Johnson has asked the Food and Drug Administration for an emergency use authorization of its COVID-19 vaccine. If the FDA decides to authorize the vaccine, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's Advisory Committee on Immunization will meet to discuss whether it should actually be given to Americans, and if so, who should get it first. First-term U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, a Republican from Georgia, has now been stripped of her committee assignments by the House Democratic majority. The vote came in late last night. The Republican is being punished for embracing conspiracy theories and making offensive remarks before she was elected to Congress. Nearly all Republicans opposed the move against Greene, who is a close ally of former President Donald Trump. So can COVID-19 vaccines be mixed and matched? There's a new study happening right now to see if the first and second doses of the vaccine could actually be mixed and if they would still be effective or even more effective. Why the study could make a difference for the vaccine rollout.
Our iCam from Powder Ridge and Middlefield showing a lot of clouds, and at a point this morning, a little wintry mix, some rain moving through central Connecticut. But over the weekend, we'll add some natural snow into the mix here. But before that, some brighter weather for tomorrow. Much more ahead on that coastal storm, the timing, and how much to expect in the early warning forecast.
Here's a look at the midday stock numbers. And right now, the Dow is up 98 points on your Friday afternoon at 12:11, trading at 31,149 right now. We'll be right back.
Now, Channel 3 early warning weather.
All right, this round of rain and snow from this morning, little wintry mix in parts of the state is coming to an end. And earlier today, Sharon from Torrington capturing a squirrel there, kind of enjoying the snow as you can see it coming down in the background. So again, in western Connecticut, for the most part, we've seen that precip come to an end, still tracking some light rain across eastern Connecticut, working toward and over the 395 corridor. A few pockets of a mix still up along 84 toward the Mass border. So as we head through the afternoon, a little bit damp, but we do expect perhaps a little partial late day clearing as we head towards sunset from west to east. So right now we have temperatures 35 to 40 inland, close to 40 as well along the 95 corridor. A couple degrees milder than this time yesterday, and that's thanks to a southerly wind flow. So that's up currently at around 5 to 10 miles an hour. So temps this afternoon likely reaching between, say, 40 and 45. There's our view from Torrington showing the gray, the cloud cover remaining, similar scene coming in from New Haven. Pretty good visibility as we overlook part of the Yale campus there and off toward the distance, of course, the sleeping giant. Our view from Waterbury, wet roads there in the Brass City. And of course, any remaining rain or melted snow later on tonight on untreated surfaces could refreeze as temperatures later on tonight go back below freezing into the 20s. So keep that in mind underfoot by early tomorrow morning. Slick spots, 40 degrees currently in our capital city. And there you can see the wet weather beginning to push out of Connecticut from west to east. So again, some clearing underway off to our west. So futurecast as we head again towards, say, the evening commute and their points thereafter, clearing gets underway. By early tomorrow morning, we should wake up to a good amount of sunshine. Tomorrow's a great day for any sort of outdoor errands or any outdoor plans or errands you need to run. We're going to see a good amount of sunshine and temperatures will be basically on track for what's typical for early February. Then clouds increase Sunday as we head toward daybreak. We'll start the day 6 a.m. dry, but soon thereafter from south to north, snow begins to overspread Connecticut. So by 10 o'clock, many communities seeing the flakes flying. That snow will be with us kind of on and off. It's not going to be a heavy snow, just scattered areas of light snow, say 2 o'clock in the afternoon as we head toward the evening hours around and after sunset. Any lingering snow should really wind down and taper off. So by the time that happens, looking generally across the state at 1 to 4 inches based on how this system tracks, we could see some 5, 6, 7 inch totals coming in from coastal and southeastern portions of our state. So on our early morning 7-day forecast, again, tomorrow highs in the mid-30s, a little bit breezy. Then on Sunday, we've added the alert to the 7-day given that this is going to have an impact for any sort of travel that you may have across the state over the second half of the weekend. Next week starts off with highs sub-freezing but dry with sunshine Monday. Tracking a weak disturbance that could generate some scattered rain and snow showers on Tuesday. Not a major storm by any means. Then chilly. Temps a little bit below average by about 5 degrees near freezing for highs Wednesday and Thursday. For shoreline highs this weekend, 37 tomorrow, 35 for Sunday.